Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. And today we gonna be talking about why Drake won the beef. On God, nigga. This shit pissed me off when like hella niggas said that Kendrick won, cause he literally didn't. Like, it make no sense. But it makes sense because like Kendrick got hella dick riding ass fans. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even no Drake or Kendrick fan. But like, nigga, these niggas was hella biased during this beef. Like, a bunch of these Kendrick stands was saying that like Drake's disses were ass, like when they didn't even listen to it for real. And I used to be in the crowd saying Kendrick won because like I thought like, hey, this nigga was right about Drake being a culture vulture, until I realized, hey, that nigga's dad from fucking Memphis and shit. That's where he got his fucking taste and flow from, nigga. And then it all made sense. Like, sure, I agree about like the Kendrick disses about Drake being a fake ass gangster. Like, that nigga's not shooting nobody with his fucking zesty ass. But like, it's funny too because Kendrick's like one of them type of rappers to be like, stop the violence. Like, this was hella funny because Kendrick be appealing to these dumbass casuals that be like, it's crazy. 1 second that nigga's like, oh, like, stop the violence. And then like in his what's called Like That song, he's like, I'm snatching chains and burning tattoos. Like, when I heard that shit, I was like, ooh, that's a hard ass bar. But that shit is not real. That short ass nigga's not snatching nobody's chain. He's not burning nobody's tattoo. He's not burning Drake's tattoo. Like, I heard Drake fucking like tall as shit. So that nigga would probably slap the fuck out of me. I ain't gonna lie. But like, when I actually started listening to the Drake dishes, like, bro, I realized how much of a hypocrite Kendrick is, bro. Like, I realized, like, damn, that shit fat. And also, like, Drake dishes, like, they hit way harder than Kendrick dishes. Like, the Kendrick dishes, I couldn't really remember shit from him. I mean, I can remember a few bars, but they ain't even like that hard, like harder than Drake's bars. Like, when I put hand on your girl, is that so offense cause she bigger than you? Like, nigga, that shit funny ass bar. Where's your uncle at? Cause I'm trying to talk to the man of the house. Like, nigga, he's saying that cause his dad got robbed. That shit funny as fuck, nigga. And bro, like, Drake had truth bars too, not just some like funny bars like that. Your first number one, I had to put it in your hand. Like, nigga, come on, bro. Like, I mean, I don't even think he was Drake like this and Kendrick with that shit. But for real though, Drake really put them niggas on though. Like, the real reason I thought Kendrick won was because Meet the Grams. Not Like Us, cause that song was pretty mid. Like, I've heard so many West Coast songs, like niggas act like that's the first West Coast song they heard. But like on Meet the Grams, he was like, damn, you got a daughter. Like, he was talking to his son, he was talking to his mom. I was like, the fuck, nigga? And then he was saying that like, oh nah, he don't like being black and shit, like that nigga culture vulture and shit, something like that. And I was waiting for like, what, a day or something. I was like, damn, where that daughter at? And then like the Not Like Us disc came out. And then like when I actually listened to the Hard Part 6, I was like, damn, that shit facts, because like Kendrick really put out the Not Like Us disc just to cover up that bullshit story, because Drake really set him up with that shit. Like, people think, oh, like they try to like fucking mess up what Drake said on his lyrics, but bro, everybody knows. Like, when Drake was saying like Kendrick's informants are fucking clowns, he was talking about like the ones that was saying his daughter was real. Like, I don't know how fucking Kendrick fans like mistake that. They always talk about how like fucking Kendrick is so like mentally superior that you gotta be like mentally capable to fucking understand his music, his stupid ass bar. But then they like fucking mistake a simple ass fucking Drake bar that any fucking normal person can understand. They always like to fuck up the bar where he talking about like his fucking informants is like bullshit, but like everybody knows that he's fucking talking about the ones that called him a snitch, because Kendrick called him a snitch in one of his songs. And then he fucking sent informants to like send fake information about a daughter he had, you feel me? Like, and then Kendrick fell for it. I don't know how these Kendrick stands get it wrong. You know, I don't even think they fucking get it wrong. I think they know this. They just want to fucking dick rod all day. And then I was like, damn, this is a hard ass diss, because I wasn't actually listening to all the way. I was just like, nah, Kendrick won, because I was fucking biased and shit. I just hated Drake at that time. And now I learned to stop hating and shit, like learn to appreciate better. It's not like I didn't like him because he was bad, because I knew he was good. I just hated him because he was fucking light-skinned and zesty as shit. Like, I just never liked him since I was a kid. And I learned to stop hating out that shit. Yeah, like, after I like actually fully listened to the Hard Part 6, I was like, damn, this a hard ass diss. Now I wanted to fucking listen to like Real Motherfucking G's by Eazy-E, because like I was trying to listen to some West Coast diss. I was like, damn, Eazy-E was hard as fuck. I really forgot how hard he was. And then I went to listen to Meet the Grams to see like, hey, like, cause I always thought Meet the Grams was the best diss that Kendrick made during this whole shit. And I was like, you know what, let me see if it hold up compared to Drake disses. And then I was like, damn, this shit fucking ass, nigga. Like, he really called him a fucking body shamer. Like, the fuck? And he homies with fucking Dr. Dre, like woman beater of the fucking century, nigga. Like, Michelet literally made a movie about how much about how much Dre beat the fuck out of her. And also, like, just for that, like, because everybody calling Drake a pedophile, nigga. Like, Dr. Dre fucking dated Michelet when she was 16 and had a kid with her. And like, Kendrick had Dr. Dre, shout out, like They Not Like Us, or I forgot what he shot on that fucking concert. I don't really care. But yeah, like none of Kendrick's disses really hold up, and if they did, he just a fucking hypocrite, cause all apply back to him. You feel me? Like nigga, for example, the culture vulture shit too. Like how Drake a culture vulture when that nigga be repping his own place? Like he be repping Canada and shit, and like Memphis. And how can you be a culture vulture of your own fucking culture? That shit don't even make sense. Like why call Drake a culture vulture when there's niggas like Ian running around and Yeet? And also he calling him a pedophile when there's fucking no real proof. I mean, like he did kiss that one 17-year-old girl. I thought that was weird as fuck. Cause like nigga over here in like California, like the age of the shit is 18, so like I don't really fuck with that shit. But when I searched it up, over there it's legal, so like I can't really say nothing if it's legal. And also like nobody really said nothing, like for real. People like to make fun of Drake for saying like, oh, if I was a pedophile, like I would have been caught. But like nigga, for real, like how come no like fucking bitches said that like, hey, Drake groomed me when I was 16? Like they did a fucking what's called Diddy and all that, you feel me? The reason why like Drake won, like another reason, is cause like the songs were just better, like fucking just listening to it. Like I could fucking bob my head, I could have them songs in my playlist and listen to them. But like Kendrick disses, they all fucking like ass. His voice was always trash. Like I don't know why niggas fuck with him. And also like it's just the fact that like Kendrick, he knew he couldn't even make better music, so he had to just like resort to calling him a pedophile. Cause like what can you do after that, nigga? Like people were saying, oh, Drake sound defeated in his fucking Hard Part 6. But like nigga, if somebody call you a pedophile, the fuck you doing, nigga? Like if they called you a pedophile on the hottest song of the year, like imagine if he fucking like got on some hard shit like he was on fucking push-ups, nigga. Niggas would be like, hey, he ain't talking about the allegations, he's a pedophile. And then when he does, like they call him like, oh, he's defending himself. Like nigga, there's no winning with these Kendrick dick riders. But yeah, Drake a fucking innovator in rap. Like that nigga, he like created hella flows that niggas still use to this day. Niggas that copy Kendrick flow, they all fucking cringe and corny as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. Like niggas want Kendrick to win for like real music to come back, but let's be real, that nigga never made that nigga's not making real shit. His last album was ass. Like every single album of his was fucking ass. I ain't gonna lie. And Her Loss is probably better than like fucking every Kendrick album ever, nigga. Like just from like fucking On That Bullshit and what's it called, Back Outside Boys, like them two songs are just better than anything Kendrick ever made. Like Drake's flow is way better than Kendrick, and like the beats like Drake used on this fucking shit was way better. Like I mean, Not Like Us beat, that shit was cool. But like Kendrick ain't really fucking killed that beat, you feel me? It was just kind of like I feel like anybody could fucking rap on that beat and do better than Kendrick. Like DaBaby did better than Kendrick on that fucking beat, and niggas don't really see DaBaby as a GOAT. So what y'all even talking about? And like usually I don't really like care about like bars and shit, but like since this is like I'm gonna focus on Drake's bars was like way more hard hitting than Kendrick's for real. Cause like if you actually looking at Kendrick's bars, they all lame as shit or lies. You feel me? Or he's just like playing hypocritical. Drake, that nigga was spitting facts and all these fucking like disses, nigga. Like in Family Matters, spitting facts. Which was you spitting facts. Even in that Tupac diss, that shit was funny as hell when I saw it. It's funny as hell though. Like that song was forcefully canceled. Like that shit must have had like some like Illuminati shit canceling that. Even Drake made fun of that shit by like saying a bar how like Kendrick sent an email to Tupac's estate. Like nigga, like Drake dissing Kendrick with his fucking idols, nigga, and calling him a bitch and shit. And fucking Tupac saying to like Dr. Dre say he likes kids. I like that would be a gift for me. Like that shit was funny as hell. Like if you really think about it, like Drake made this beef memorable as fuck. Like Kendrick was just lame as hell during it. Like he wasn't even like going hard on him. He was just like, that's something you don't want to do. Like I was like, damn, that shit hard. What's Kendrick gonna do? And then he like on Meet the Grams, oh like I'm not really a hater. Like nigga, what happened to all that energy and shit, nigga? And then he like flipped around and then flipped back to Not Like Us, like saying that he's a pedophile. Then why on Meet the Grams you saying you want to be friends with him? Why would you want to be friends with a pedophile? That's how I know you fake. And also like people really be believing that Drake a pedophile. Like if you really think that, you gotta be dumb as hell. Cause like why would Kendrick really, like if he really was a pedophile, think about it. Like why would he wait this long? Like if he was really touching kids and shit, like wouldn't Kendrick want to fucking like have him like in the fucking cell like as soon as possible? Like as soon as he found out that shit. But like we know it's fake. And it's not like that Nas shit where like he was calling Jay-Z a pedophile, like licking Foxy Brown like when she was 14. Cause that shit like either true or not, that shit was just like a joke. That shit was not no serious part of like the battle. Like no one was really focusing on that boy. I got no clue why, but shit. And also like just like the fact that Kendrick was like hyping himself up, saying that like it's a long life battle with yourself. Like nigga, the fuck? You acting like after this, like, Drake gonna be crying and shit. Like, nigga, he don't give a fuck. That nigga rich. That nigga literally made you, nigga. Why would he be fucking sad, nigga? He just fucking... He'd probably just be sad that nigga switched up on him. It's for real, though. These casuals did switch on him. Like, at first, like, they probably could have fucked with Drake a little bit, or they just didn't like Drake at all. But, like, now they all hating this shit. Like, they all up in the comments, like, saying, like, Kendrick won and shit. Like, they some dick riders, I ain't gonna lie. And also, all these fucking corporate-ass rap channels that be talking about how Kendrick won, it just pissed me off. They all be having the same fucking opinion, the same reasons, and, like, they all on some bullshit. They just doing it for money, I ain't gonna lie, because these white casuals eat it up. They want to see videos about how Kendrick won, so they watch that shit. That's why them videos got millions of views, even though they all fucking lies. And that remind me of another bar that Drake said. He was saying, like, you gotta save your money on all them fucking like, botting them comments and shit. Like, that shit was facts, too. Like, niggas ain't bringing up, like, them facts Drake bars. Like, come on, this shit, like, that's just how you know, like, this beef was fucking rigged. This shit was just some bullshit. And, like, in my opinion, I think even Kendrick knows that Drake won. Because, like, after Hard Part 6, like Kendrick, even though he said no round twos in that, like, New Orleans, like, Super Bowl video, like, he's still making sneak disses and shit. Even though he said, oh, I don't like it when you sneak diss. And, like, nigga, Kendrick, the master of sneak diss. And he sneak diss Drake in, like, that one, like, fucking song with the Black Air Forces. Like, that song was trash, too. And niggas was treating it like it was some fucking classic. Like, that shit was, like, gonna be remembered in the test of the time. Nobody remembered that fucking trash song. Like, nobody can remember shit from that song, because that beat is so ass. The bars is ass. That nigga sleepy on that song too. So, like, it just really confused me why niggas really think that Kendrick won. Like, he had the way better dishes. Like, Kendrick just opened his mouth. Somebody go hand him a Grammy right now. Like, he had the way better bars than the dishes. Like, he had way better dishes, and they were all facts. Like, niggas gonna realize this shit. I feel like as the beef goes along, like, people gonna realize that Drake won. And then niggas gonna actually, like, get out of that casual mindset and actually start fucking with good rap, you feel me? But, hey, that's just me, though. So, like, hey, comment in the video, like, what y'all think. Like if y'all like it, dislike if you don't like it, and hey, peace.